The people there had their little march today, March for Australia. That was on the news. Make a video on this because I was thinking of going, maybe stirring the pot a little bit of the chuds out of Balmore Park somewhere. Um, it's my own little sort of take. Challenge the flag ban a bit. Put a mystery flag. I won't tell you what. You can speculate for yourself. Um, then I sort of changed my mind a little bit. I sort of thought about going into the counter protest and stirring them up with a few things, and but not really my scene either way. Either of these situations, they ran into each other. The Palestine Aboriginal sort of Antifa people had their march, and they almost ran into sort of the Chud march, the One Nation, and the neo Nazis. There's a bit of a drama there with Sewell, that Sewell guy, and Avi Yemeni, and they attacked him. Bit of bad blood between them now, and they let Sewell, that Sewell guy with the moustache, growing a Hitler-style moustache. They let him speak. I think gave him a go at the microphone. Apparently, not a real good idea. Maybe to pacify the more extreme elements from the more sort of Hansonite and sort of white nationalist, the more slightly more moderate sort of people, the One Nation and One Australia types, the generic nationalists. So I don't know. That wasn't a good idea on their part. And then there's a bit of drama when the protests clashed, brushed up against one another. A lot of police out, obviously, and then in Melbourne they went for the Aboriginal camp. Yeah, park there. I don't know Melbourne. I've never been there, but to have a tent embassy style situation in the park, and about 100 neo Nazis went and smashed it up and attacked the Indigenous camp there. I saw that just before I made the video. I didn't see that earlier. Um, so yeah, not a real good situation. Plenty of footage for the Taniki guy to make it a video about, but not a real good situation. And the Nazis marched to Newtown in Sydney, apparently 30 or 40 was seen heading towards Newtown. I haven't been there in probably 7 or 8 years. Um, I don't think. And last time I went to Newtown in Sydney, in the west, it's probably one of the widest places I've ever seen, even wider than the bush, maybe. Um, so man, maybe they're going to beat up some lily white sort of university students. They passed the university. Very white there. The last thing, I didn't mind it. Different, sort of a little bit, maybe to some of the sort of bush situations with the white people more educated, more gentrified sort of area, but not exactly an ethnically diverse area. Newtown, as I knew it, probably 7 or 8 years ago since I've been there, unless that's changed. The Italians moved in there in big way, and then they moved out, and then they moved back in again. I don't know. Um, Still fought quite a few there. I think when the Italians won the soccer back in 2006, there was still a bit of a Balmain in that inner west area. Newtown's very white though. Yeah, Bob Catter went crazy. Mad old Bob Catter. Don't know what. Too many old people in our country running things. I think he's still in Parliament. I didn't check. He shouldn't be anywhere near anything. He should be just having an Earl Grey tea and maybe watching the chase or going in a caravan and doing all those sort of things that someone 80 years old Yeah, Senog is in that case old Qatar. Picking about Lebanese, being Lebanese, one quarter Lebanese. A long time ago, Qatar, Katir or something his name was. Um, his great grandfather, I think, whatever grandfather. So, whether this means anything, I don't think so. I think Albo, I think they'll turn the dials down on the immigration a bit. They won't make any big song and dance about it. Won't make any public announcements with it. I think they'll probably dial it down a bit. I think it's probably just necessary because it's just cities are just too big, too many people of all stripes, and it's just yeah, it's a lot worse in England. I'll make a different video, I think, about the English because there's a few sort of things I want to discuss. Trying to sort of link those two. Um, yeah, I don't think this is going to turn out to be anything much. It's not going to be any sort of real movement. I think it's the usual suspects. I think there will be over the next couple of years. They'll dial it back the immigration, but not in a big way. It's not going to get in like Keir Starmer give those rivers of blood start public statements, get on Twitter and start talking like Enoch Powell because he's a lot more desperate. He's a much more desperate political situation. Starmer and co. compared to Albo, who's like 56-44, two party preferred. And he's just collapsed. He's completely collapsed his support over there. I'll make a separate video on that because I want to explore a couple of characters in that. So I don't think there's anything much that's going to come out of this. I think that's a little bit of excitement. There's not going to be any. It's not going to be an English turnout or any major drama. I think there'll be a little tweaking and not much else. That'll be the end of that. But who's to know?